Mr. Jermall. So you got a big upcoming fight. You want to tell these boys the date and the name of the fight card and who you fighting?
I'm fighting on Akande Fountains, the Calm Before the Storm Promotions, here in Houston, June 23rd, by Hobby Airport. June 23rd. It's about 7 o'clock. Y'all make sure y'all tune in. Hit me up on Twitter at The Future of Boxing. I got tickets for sale for those who can't get tickets and things. That's
what's up. Who's gonna be your opponent?
Shout outs to Adam Elam. Hope you ready.
Huh? What's Adam's record?
Shoot, I think he's like I know he has about 7 fights.
About 7 fights. Yeah. And what is yours?
I'm 7-0.
7-0.
Yeah, we're about even.
7-0. How many KOs you got?
3.
3 KOs.
Which was supposed to be like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing's about fighting in someone else's hometown. You knock them down about 4 times, and they don't put them out of there.
Already, man. That's that politics.
Knock them
out. That's what's up. How long you been boxing, Jermall?
For about 13 years now.
About 13 years.
Yeah.
And so what? Now you started when you were 8. What? You got to be 21 now?
Yeah, I'm 21 right now.
So you started when you was about 8 years old?
Yes, sir.
Okay, where you from?
Houston.
Houston.
Yeah.
Houston.
Yeah, basically all my life boxing out of Savannah Boxing Gym.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, give me some history about yourself and how you chose to pick up boxing.
Okay.
And who's some of the main people in your life pertaining to the sport you love so much.
Basically, it started with my uncle, Holland Williams Sr., and his son. We was about 8 years old, and they bought us a pair of boxing gloves. I think like Soccer Boppers or something like that was out around that time. But instead, they bought us boxing gloves, and we boxed around the neighborhood. My dad and his dad put us against like other kids, and we just like had a big like weekend with just boxing in the neighborhood,
Yeah.
And then I just grew into it, and I watched my dad box, and I watched Holland Williams Sr. box at PABA in Houston and in Louisiana and things like that. And then Dad, I want to go to the boxing gym. When we gonna go there again? Oh, we gonna go there one day, son. I'm gonna take y'all over there. I gotta make sure y'all ready and mature enough. Like, what you mean? We just want to go have fun like everybody else. We box around the house and things. And
yeah.
Next thing you know, we showed up at the gym one day, and I think the first day in the gym we started sparring. Like it wasn't no let me show you the footwork and all that. We just started sparring just like little kids. And then so I guess my dad inspired me. My dad and my uncle, yeah, and he boxed, so I always wanted to be like my dad and box like him.
So your dad and your uncle boxed?
Yeah, my dad and my uncle. Matter of fact, I have a pedigree of boxers in my family, uncles, and yeah. So boxing was just all we knew, and then we tried football, baseball, basketball, everything, but it wasn't physical enough, and I guess I was like an energetic little kid, so at the time boxing was like my passion, so I stayed with it.
What would you say boxing has done for you?
Boxing changed my life, in particular, like I could have been just one of those kids that tried to play basketball, tried to play football, tried to be a rapper, tried to be an entrepreneur, tried to be a doctor. I could have did any of those things. But instead, I chose boxing, and at the age of like 10, I already knew where I wanted to be at in boxing. I knew I wanted to be a professional boxer.
So it kind of just came easy.
It fell right in.
Right
like
there.
I already knew everything. Like I was like, I want to be a professional boxer,
Yeah.
So that's just where it's always been, and that's where it's at.
Well, okay. Now, what year did you turn pro?
08. Was it 08? 08 in like November. So basically like at the end, October in 08.
October in 08.
Yeah, I turned pro in October. And my brother I think turned pro in 07. We were still in high school, and he was pro, and I was trying to pursue the amateur career, trying to touch it up at the end. I had a few injuries while I was in the amateurs, being rough outside, playing and playing basketball and stuff. I played high school football, high school basketball. So it's just like I sustained an injury, which didn't allow me to go to the Olympic trials. I had a toe injury, and then my brother turned pro, so I was still out. And then by the time I recovered, got back in the gym, got ready, I fought in October.
What was your amateur record?
I had 6 losses as an amateur. I remember my dad and Holyfield and everybody coming out to support us. They would be like, "Stop worrying about y'all wins and y'all losses. Don't worry about that. Just fight. Go and fight."
In amateur, it's
every
not,
week.
Amateur, it's not even about. Yeah. It's not even about all that.
It's sharpening up, getting your techniques down. But like I lost count. I know for sure I had over like 60 fights.
Over 60 fights.
So me and my brother's about the same. I was like, I know I had 6 losses. That's just one thing we kept up with. I had 6 losses.
Yeah.
What about 60 fights? 60, 70 fights? I wasn't really just, I could have been like the others, but I'm saying injuries and stuff like that,
Yeah. Right now you're not signed with anybody, right?
As far as management goes, I am, but I don't have a promoter at the time.
Okay.
My manager kind of puts me on every card, any card. I don't want to really be tied down to a promoter.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to get with Golden Boy at the beginning, which I kind of still do just to push my fights along more. But then I just don't want to be tied down where if I get a call from Top Rank and they want me to fight on the show, and then
you want
I want every opportunity right now.
Every opportunity available.
I don't feel like I should be tied down right now,
Yeah.
I'm not established where I want to be. So when I do decide to get a promoter, it'd be worthwhile.
But it's only a matter of time, though.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like I got calls right now. I can sign. I can get a promoter.
And I just seen you some sparring. You got some good body shots, man.
Oh.
you ever break somebody rib, man?
You know what? I knocked like 2 opponents out with the body shot.
Yeah.
The 2 out of the 3 I knocked them out with a body shot. In the amateurs, I used to destroy the body.
Yeah.
That's my thing. I'm a tall fighter.
Yeah.
I want to be like Diego Corrales and go to the body a little bit.
So you've always fought at 154?
As far as my professional career, yes.
Okay. And what did you fight in the amateurs?
I fought at 141. And then I ended my amateur career at 141. But I've been boxing since I was 8. I went 141 that long. So yeah.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So what different trainers have you been able to come across, been encountered with?
Well, as far as, our gym goes, I'm trying to stay loyal.
Right.
I like what's working. Everything, the whole system in here is, like, excellent.
Right.
That's why we get, like, the world-class trainers come here to train with us. Ronnie Shields been doing a good job. He actually had us since we was in the amateurs, with his assistants and stuff. But he had us. So I've basically been there. How's your training camp been going? Great, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like we have like Kermit Cintron down here, Lara. Not that I'm sparring with those guys at the time, but I have.
Yeah.
And I just recently stopped sparring with them. My opponent switched to a southpaw, and Lara southpaw, and Ricardo Williams. Most of y'all know, he's southpaw, the silver medal. So I've been training with him, and he try to mimic my opponent's style. Well, he does just by him, So it's been good. Like I've been able to watch and look at the things Kermit do. Just look at some of his movement. Look at some of the steps he takes just as far as a veteran. And like I've been picking up on things and just training. Like I'm always in shape.
Yeah.
So I could do the things that they trying to work on. I just go ahead and do it.
And speaking of Kermit, he it's almost like Savannah is almost like one of his second and third home because he's always in Savannah.
Yeah, Ronnie Shields is his trainer.
Yeah.
Even though he don't live here, Ronnie Shields is his trainer. So when he has a fight coming up, he come here like 2 or 3 months before.
Yeah.
He still trains out there in Philly, but he comes here and work out with us and
That's what's up, man. So
I've been training with him since I turned pro.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I had like 2 professional fights and I was his sparring partner.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Well, you want to give a shout out to Undefeated Magazine? Let these people know.
Yeah, Undefeated Magazine. Much love, man, for coming out and doing your thing with us, and y'all make sure y'all keep it locked. We're gonna have more in the future. Matter of fact, follow me on Twitter, The Future of Boxing. Follow my twin brother at Twin Charlo. We doing big things out here. Twins World Entertainment coming real soon. Y'all be looking out for the website. We'll have it posted on Twitter, so make sure y'all keep it locked. We're a force to be reckoned.